The Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 13. The Yoga of Discernment of the Field of Actions and the Knower of the Field. Arjuna spoke. I wish to know about material nature and God, the field and the knower of the field, knowledge and the knower of knowledge. Krishna replied, This body is said to be the field. Those who are wise in such matters say that one who knows this is a knower of the field. Understand that I am the knower of the field in all fields. True knowledge is considered by me to be that of knowledge of the field and of the knower of the field. Now, hear briefly from me what the field is, its characteristics and modifications, from whence and how it comes into manifestation, who the knower of the field is, and what are its powers. Sages have distinctly sung of it in many ways in various hymns and with well-reasoned comments on the Absolute. The 5 elements, egoism, intellect, the unmanifest witness, the 10 senses, the mind, and the objects of the senses, desire, aversion, pleasure, pain, the physical form, the exercise of intelligence, and steadfastness are brief descriptions of the field of the body with its modifications. Absence of pride, freedom from hypocrisy, nonviolence, patience, honesty, serving the teacher, purity, constancy, self-restraint, indifference to the objects of the senses, absence of egoism, remaining mindful of the misfortunes of birth and death and of old age, disease, and pain, non-attachment, absence of clinging to family members or to one's dwelling place, and constant even-mindedness towards desired and undesired events, unswerving devotion to me with concentrated yoga, frequenting secluded places, dislike for crowded places, constancy in knowledge of the Absolute, insight into the end of knowledge which is truth. This is declared to be valid knowledge. Its opposite is ignorance. I will declare that which has to be known, which, by knowing, immortality is realized. It is the Absolute, which is declared to be neither existent nor non-existent. With hands, feet, eyes, heads, faces, and ears everywhere, the Absolute remains ever what it is, including every manifest thing. It appears to have the characteristics of the senses, yet is free from the senses, unattached, yet maintaining all, free from the qualities of nature, yet experiencing them. Because it is subtle, it is outside and inside of moving and unmoving beings, though not comprehended. It is simultaneously far and near. It is undivided, yet appears to be divided, the sustainer of all beings, and that which dissolves and produces them anew. It is the light of lights that is beyond darkness, the knowledge, the object of knowledge, and that which is to be realized by knowledge. It is seated in the hearts of all. Thus the field, knowledge, and the object of knowledge have been briefly described. My devotee who understands this enters into my state of being. Know that primordial nature and spirit are beginningless. Know also that modifications and qualities of the field of nature arise from primordial nature. Primordial nature is the basis of causation. The spirit is the basis of experiences of pleasure and pain. The spirit, abiding in nature, experiences the qualities born of nature. Attachment to the qualities of nature is the cause of the soul's diverse incarnations. The spirit, or soul, in relationship to the body is called the witness, that which gives consent, the supporter, the experiencer, the ruler of the mind and senses, and the supreme self. One who knows spirit and the modes of nature in this way, regardless of the present life condition, is not born again. Some devotees perceive the reality of the self by meditation, others do so by the discipline of knowledge, and still others by the yoga of action. Others, not knowing these ways, devoted to what they have been taught by others, also transcend death. Know, Arjuna, that any being that is born, whether animate or inanimate, arises from the union of the field and the knower of the field. One who sees supreme consciousness existing in all beings, not perishing when they perish, truly sees. Because of seeing the one supreme consciousness existing everywhere and not hindering the self by the self, the devotee attains the highest state. That one who knows that all actions are performed exclusively by the qualities of nature and that the self is not the doer, truly knows. When the devotee perceives the various states of being as resting in the one, and from that alone emanating outward, the final state, the Absolute, is realized. This imperishable supreme self is beginningless and devoid of qualities. Even though abiding in the body, it does not act and is not contaminated, just as, because it is subtle, all-pervading ether is not tainted, so the self abiding in the body is not tainted. As the sun alone illumines this entire solar system, so the Lord of the field illumines the entire field. They who, with the eye of knowledge, clearly know the distinction between the field and the knower of the field, and of the process of liberation of beings from matter, attain the supreme state. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the science of the Absolute, the scripture of Yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, thus ends the 13th chapter entitled Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga Yoga, the yoga of discernment of the field of nature and the knower of the field.